Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this tutorial we'll be making a fun ganache galaxy style cake. For this project you will need a 4, a 6 and an 8-inch cake. I've had all of mine filled and crumb coated and now I'm just applying that final layer of frosting. For the 6 and the 8-inch cake, it doesn't really matter what color you used for that final layer. What I've done is just mixed up all the leftover buttercream that I had, smoothing out the sides, bringing that lip of frosting to the middle and then freezing this for about 15 minutes just to let it really set up. Do the same for your 8-inch, and now for my 4-inch, because I'm covering it in gold dust, I want it to be very similar to the color of dust that I'm adding. And so I've gone in with yellow instead. You'll also want this to freeze for about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to take my 8-inch cake, I'm going to release it from that temporary board and plop it onto a cake board that is just slightly smaller than 8 inches. From here I'm going to place it onto a cake tin. This was a 6-inch cake tin. Basically you want it to be a lot smaller than your 8-inch cake. I'm adding in some paper straws. You could also use wooden dowel or bubble tea straws, cutting it flush with the very top of the cake and then pressing it down. Add some buttercream and then stick on your 6-inch. Because it's been in the freezer for about 20 minutes, it's you can handle it with your hands and it won't dint. For the ganache, I've used dark chocolate by Nestle and then I'm adding in some cream. For this I recommend a 1-to-1 ratio. Normally I do 1 part chocolate and half the weight of cream, but because we want it to be really runny, I recommend adding the same weight of cream as you have your chocolate. Melt it down in the microwave in 2 30-second bursts and then do the same with your white chocolate ganache. I did just a little bit over 1/3 of the weight in cream to my chocolate, so I had 300 grams of white chocolate and maybe 130 grams of heavy cream. Add in a few drops of gel food color, and then to my dark chocolate ganache I added a whole bunch of black gel food color. Starting with the black, pour it over the very top and let the cake kind of spin on the turntable as you do this. Just helps to get it nice and even, and you end up using a lot less chocolate than you need. You can stop at about this kind of coverage, give it a good shake and let it come down the sides, and then only fill in as you need. Once it's completely covered, you can start adding on your color. I'm going back and forth, zigzagging with my purple, and then also zigzagging with my blue. If you noticed, I actually added white gel food color to my white chocolate ganache before I added in the color, so the blue and the purple. What this does is that it makes the yellow tint a lot more white, so the colored ganache ends up being a more true color. It also means that it's going to be super opaque. If you omit that white gel food color in your ganache, it ends up being a lot more transparent and you don't really get the same contrasty effect. So I highly recommend not skipping the white gel color. I had a little bit too much color in there, so I went in again with some black and just balanced it out. When you're happy with the coverage, give it a good shake to help it to settle. Wait about 20 minutes and then start to remove that little bottom kind of droopy section. For the little gold splotches, I've used edible gold luster dust mixed with vodka to create a paint, and then taking a paintbrush, dipping it in and tapping it until you get these little splotches all over. From here, pop it into your freezer for about 30 minutes. You really want that ganache to be nice and set. For the top tier, I've taken some of that gold luster dust again and just pouncing it all over my cake with a blush brush. Something nice and soft so you don't mess up your frosting. It is nice and hard from the fridge. It's been in there for quite some time. Otherwise, you could even just leave it in your freezer for 20 minutes and it'll be nice and solid. Assemble your cake, which is now nice and set, onto a decorative cake board with some buttercream. Center it and then quickly release. Add in bubble tea straws into the 6-inch as well, cut flush with the top. And what this does is it basically supports the weight of your top tier. Pop on that 4-inch, and then as a finishing touch to really kind of seal it all off, take some Maltesers into a Ziploc bag with gold luster dust. Give it a little toss around until all your Maltesers are gold, and then arrange them at the base of each tier. If you're enjoying these tutorials, feel free to subscribe. We do upload 2 new videos every week. This also works with other colors, by the way. So if you had maybe a blue and purple luster dust, you could alternate with a blue ball and a purple ball all the way up. And that's it. Your super easy ganache style galaxy cake is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and give it a go. This is actually our very first cake for 2021, so Happy New Year, everybody! We made it! Yay! Feel free to experiment with the colors here, by the way. I think silver would look pretty cool. I recommend sticking with that black base because it really adds so much nice, just really nice contrast, I think, to your colors. Thanks again for watching. Stay safe, and we'll catch you again in the next one.